Morning guys, it is Friday morning and the first day of CTNExpo. So we are here at my friend Haley's apartment in LA. We got in really late last night. I didn't vlog any of the trip because I was just already so tired after work. So I'm like, nah, no vlog. So I think for this one I'm just gonna combine all the days together, but I guess it depends how much content I get in each day. I'm not in like a ton of panels, but I do have a fun announcement. When you sign up for CTNExpo, like panels and classes and such, they have an add-on for a lottery where you can win a tour of different animation studios. So I entered the Nickelodeon one, the Disney animation one, the Disney TV one, and I think there was one more, but I don't remember. But I won the Disney animation studio one. I'm one of the 50 that get to go tour the studio, so that's gonna be on Monday, so I had to extend my little vacation, which is fine with me. I'm fine with staying in LA for a bit longer. But yeah, so we're gonna go grab some breakfast this morning and then head off the first day. I don't think I have any classes or anything, so I think it's just gonna be touring the floor and, you know, networking and talking with other artists. So yeah, I'm excited. So I will see you guys in the next update. Morning guys, it's day 2 of CTNExpo and I didn't get to record more last night because my phone died. So I got a couple clips of my portfolio reviews and like of the floor, but I'm hoping to get more today. I'm gonna try to conserve my battery. So I'll give you guys an update of all the portfolio reviews towards the end just to make it a little bit easier and like group them all together. So all right, I'll see you guys at the convention. Hey guys, so as you can see, I'm back in Arizona. So I just wanted to do kind of a quick little wrap up of how CTNExpo went. And just a preface, so I was there for Friday and Saturday and Sunday, but sadly I wasn't able to do the Disney tour on Monday. Basically what happened was Saturday night we got a call from Josh's family and his mom went into surgery because she had a pocket on her colon that ruptured. She's fine now, she's stable, but she had to go under surgery and have that cleaned up, parts removed, the whole shebang. But she's okay now, she's stable, she's just recovering. Josh is currently at the hospital right now, and we had to hurry back to be here to support her and just be here during her surgery. So that's just the preface. I wasn't able to do the Disney tour because it was on Monday, which is today, and yeah, I wasn't able to go to that. And then also, during CTNExpo, I really wanted to get my portfolio reviewed by Nickelodeon, but every single day that they did have art or character design like openings, they were full. Completely booked every day. So I wasn't able to get in to do that, but I did have my portfolio reviewed by DreamWorks, Blue Sky, and Pixar. And I'll go into that more, but let's start with just overall, CTNExpo was fantastic. I think this whole past month, I have been on the best artist high I've ever been on. So first I had Adobe Max this month, and I always love going to that convention. I always come out like super pumped and like ready to make content and art and all that stuff. So it was really fun, and then 2 weeks later, here I am at CTNExpo, and it was fantastic. So I've always loved doing Comic-Cons, and I like having my booth and all that, but not to sound rude, but you know, at Comic-Cons now, kind of anyone can buy a booth. I'm not saying, like, not trying to discourage anyone from buying a booth, but I felt here at CTNExpo, it was all art professionals. Like, everyone who had an Artist Alley booth has either worked at the studios, worked in the field, or are full-time freelance artists, and it was just so amazing being surrounded by so many working artist professionals. There was just so much amazing artwork everywhere. It was so hard not to buy everything. I'll show you what I bought in a minute, but I got to meet a lot of my favorite art idols that were there, and it was really funny because I had a portfolio review. I was approved for the CTN General Portfolio Review, which you have to apply for. It's juried, and then you're chosen to like meet with a professional working artist. So I actually was reviewed by Loish, who, if you don't know, I'll leave a link in the description, but I've always loved her work. I've been following her for a really long time, so it was kind of funny walking up and being like, am I with her next? Okay, that's cool. So it was really, really awesome to get all this feedback and review. I've shown my portfolio here locally in Phoenix to other artists and people at Comic-Cons, and it's been positive. Like, I'm not discounting their advice at all, but hearing even further, not better, but more thorough advice from working professionals, I think was ridiculously helpful. In all of my portfolio reviews, they suggested that I do a couple of different things, and I'll share with you guys so you know. First of all, include your developmental sketches. So for my portfolio, let me just grab it real quick. For my portfolio, I mostly had like finished pieces, like fully inked, colored, rendered pieces. And they wanted to see more of like the developmental sketches and what led me to the designs and decisions and such. And they also said I should include more life drawing, just in general, like show my ability to draw the human and animal figure outside of the cartoony spectrum. Like, show, it doesn't have to be super realistic or realism in general, but it would be good for me to show my ability to draw people and animals. And most of my portfolio is very fantasy based because I love telling stories, and I think that's one of my strongest suits, is being able to create stories and worlds and characters within it. And my entire portfolio basically consisted of that. So they said, you know, why don't you just sketch normal people and put it in there? Go to a coffee shop, sketch some people. And I've done that before, but I never thought about, like, maybe I should include that in my portfolio. So that was really helpful. And then at Pixar, I had an amazing reviewer. I can't remember her name to save my life. I should have wrote it down. But she was like, for my Jack and the Beanstalk story, she's like, I know that you researched a bit of Indonesia, but she asked even further, like, what do the colors on his outfits represent? Like, in their culture and in their religion, they have colors that stand for different things. Or, you know, what do the different symbols on the buildings and temples mean? And how can you incorporate the designs from the buildings into your characters, into the creatures, into everything? And that was really helpful. And then with Lois, she also suggested, like with my building that I did for Jack and the Beanstalk, you know, I made the plants green and the sky blue and, you know, the building as it was, but she's like, try pushing different colors to set the mood. Like, the sky doesn't have to be blue. Like, make it a different color to reflect kind of the feeling of your piece. Same with the plants. They don't have to be a bright green or a dark green. You can figure out how to add different colors to kind of set a different mood for the overall piece. And yeah, so I learned a lot. I'm trying to think what else they went over. They want developmental sketches in general to show my process, like what did this character look like when you first conceived them, and then after that, like what did you try out and experiment with until you reach the final character design. And I know for a fact I need to include more of that because I tend to not. Yeah, so it was really great. They just got a lot of great advice, and I am crazy psyched to like start doing a lot more art and just in general kind of running with it at full force. I'm planning on adding to my portfolio and probably continuing some stuff with Jack and the Beanstalk. So if you guys wanted to see more of that, let me know, because I'm probably going to be developing it and maybe releasing a video here and there. But I don't think I'll do a full like mini series like I did last time on it. And then I'm also excited because Monster Mash, I love it and I love making creatures, but now by making this on the channel, I can also put it in my portfolio, and it's really cool. And it seems like you guys really like the series so far from the one episode I released, so I'm really glad that you guys have been enjoying it, and I enjoy making them, so I think you guys are going to see a lot more of them in the future. So going back to the convention in general, I talked to a lot of working professionals and artists that I've admired for a really long time, and it was really, really cool to just get to interact with them and check out more of their art that might not be online, and just be able to, I guess, network with other people. I went and stayed the weekend with my friend Haley, who lives there in LA. She's currently studying animation, and she introduced me to a bunch of people she knew through like networking and such, and I had a lot of fun talking with them. And then I also ran into one of the guys from Miserable Hair People. If you don't know them, I'll leave a link to their channel below. And yeah, it was so cool. I don't know how else to describe it. Just meeting and talking with so many other artists and kind of just being in this big communal gathering of professional artists and animators. It was really awesome. Oh, and then like other attendees, like seeing their portfolios, like when I was standing in line with people waiting for like DreamWorks or Pixar or anything, we'd like show each other our work, and it was really cool getting feedback from them and just looking at other styles and work, and it was really, really awesome. And I know I've said this a million times, but it was a really fun convention. The cherry on top would have been getting the review with Nickelodeon, because actually when I did my review with DreamWorks, the lady that reviewed my portfolio said that I looked like a Nickelodeon artist, and that was like one of the best compliments I got. They're like, yeah, your style and I guess your more fantasy drama looking characters look more like a Nickelodeon show like Legend of Korra or Avatar: Last Airbender. It's really cool to be told that the company that I'm striving to work for and just would love to have an opportunity to work within the studio, it's really awesome to be told that my work looks like it could fit in that studio. Like, it's not exactly like a Nickelodeon property or, you know, looks like one of their things, but it's something that could meld with their studio and shows. So that was a really awesome compliment, and I think that was one of the best things I heard over the weekend. But there was so much good feedback, and it really feels good when you do a portfolio review and it's not just, oh, just work on anatomy or draw more. I got that all the time. Like, you just need to draw more, you just need to work on your anatomy, you just need to do live drawing, which is, you know, good and positive feedback. But to just be told, you know, research the story more, develop the characters more, show more angles instead of like the nitty-gritty technical, I feel like I've progressed so much as an artist just to get to the point that I'm not getting nitty-gritty technical review. It's more like the broader concept review of my portfolio. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's the best way I can describe it. And it was a really good ego boost, not in a conceited bad way. It's just, it felt really great to get reaffirmed for all the hard work that I've been doing on the side, like full-time graphic design, and then coming home multiple hours every night and skipping out on like social events and seeing friends, and just reaffirming that all the hard work I've been doing has been going to a good place. Like, it's not just going to waste. Like, I've been growing as an artist, and I can tell just personally looking at my work compared to like maybe a year ago, I feel I've grown a lot. But to have a professional say that was really cool. And I don't want to sound conceited, it's just I wanted to share with you guys how awesome like I felt at this convention. But enough about me and the reviews and stuff. I'm going to show you guys some of the cool stuff I got. Like I said, there was a lot of artists that I've been following online, and I follow their work, and there's so much cool stuff that I got. So first off, I went and saw Jake Parker, who is the guy who invented Inktober. And so I got his Drawing 3 sketchbook, and it's a pretty amazing book. It has like everything from his inks to sketches to colors, and he has, you know, monsters, characters, creatures, planes, ships, lots of cool stuff. Like, I love his work, so I was really excited to actually get the full sketchbook. And then while I was there, you guys know my buddy Chad. He loves the Iron Giant, and I've always loved this print by Jake Parker, so I grabbed this for Chad, and I think he's gonna really like it. And then I went over to Anthony Holden's booth. He recently released a comic on Tumblr called Spider Dad. You could probably Google that, but I love his style, and it's super cute and cartoony. And he also has like anime stuff, and it's so cool. And I've always really liked his work. I think Haley actually introduced me to him, or maybe I found him online on my own. I don't know, but I've been following his stuff for a while, and his stuff is really awesome. So I always like these little post-it note drawings he does. So those are super cute. And when you bought the book, you got a free mini print. So that's the print I got. So I also went over to Tonico's booth. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. I'm really bad at pronouncing names. He did the animation, I can't remember what it's called, but like an artist was commissioned to paint over like a floor mural with dragons on it, and then she gets transported into the world. And I saw that a long time ago, along with his other one with a mouse, it's like a mouse fighter thing, and he's searching for food, and I don't want to give it away, but he has a lot of really cool little animations. So I got his book because holy crap, guys, like all these poses that he does for his characters and like face studies, like this is the stuff that all my portfolio reviewers said I should add and improve and put in my portfolio to just to see examples of like successful use of this is so cool. And I just love his work, and I love the little puppies, they're so cute. I love his work, so I had to get his book. So I got this one. And then I also saw Genevieve, who I followed a couple of her things online. Like, I've seen some pieces here and there, but my husband also really loves her style. I actually got this print from her also. But we got her sketchbook for, what was this, volume 3? Yeah. So it has a bunch of different sketches and at least grayscaled rendered pieces, and then I think she also has some color pieces in here. Let's see. Yeah, she's done some work like League of Legends stuff, and like this one I love. This one is so cool. And I'm sorry if my camera keeps autofocusing. I wanted it to autofocus because I thought I'd be holding stuff up. But her work is fantastic, and it was really cool to meet her, and she's such a sweetheart. So I like looking at all her stuff, and I had to get the book and the print my husband really wanted, and I like that one too. But yeah, I love the book. Super cool. And then I also got to meet the art legend Peter Hahn. So one of Haley's friends told me he was there, and I've seen his work, but I didn't know his name. I've just seen his work here and there around the internet, so it was pretty cool to actually like see him. And this is called the Dynamic Bible, and holy crap, guys, this is like such an informative book. Like, he goes into detail of like how bugs are structured, or how to paint successful sceneries, and like what to do with that. And I think he has bugs, and then he also has animals, so like how animals are structured, and like if you think of the bone structure or how the shapes make the full animal and such. He also has birds, super helpful, and fish. He has a lot in here, like, let's see, fish, trains, cars, planes, like all this. Super informative book. So I think he sells them online. So look up Peter Hahn if you want like a really good, I guess, art Bible is what I would call it. Like it says, Dynamic Bible. It really has a lot in here and goes into some really good tips and tricks on how to just draw anything in general. And then when you bought the big one, it came with like a little travel one. So it has a couple, like this one has like rhinos and a different bird, like the sentry bird and the little red panda, and a couple other ones that aren't in the big book, but still very helpful tips. So I got that when I bought the big one. And I think that's all I got. I got a couple free buttons, but that's fine. And yeah, it was really great convention. So yeah, after this trip, I'm on like a crazy art high. Like, I'm gonna work on so much artwork today while Josh is at the hospital, and probably pop over there and visit later tonight. But yeah, it was freaking amazing convention. So if you're able to travel out to California, or you're already there and are looking into going into animation or like concept art, character design, or working for any of those studios, I'd really recommend going to this convention, because all of my other portfolio reviews were basically walk-ups. Like DreamWorks, I stood in line for. Pixar, I signed up for a time spot. And Blue Sky also signed up for a time spot. But those ones you just could walk up and just get reviewed by someone who actually works at the studio. And it was really cool to get insight from the working professionals. So, yep, overall, awesome convention. I know I say awesome and cool so much, but it just, that's what it was. It was a really great experience. So, thanks again, guys, for stopping by and checking out the vlog. And I will see you guys on Friday for another art video. Bye, guys.